Artanis, Hierarch of the Twilight Council, Warlord of the Templar. I had expected so much more.
Arrogance! Watch your words, or my blade will watch them for you.
Oh, that's hardly a way to speak of one who saved your master's life.
You care little for my survival, Alarak. What is the true reason you've come to me?
Our god broke his ancient covenant and cast us low.
These are lies, Artanis.
I am the liar? Are you not but a lie incarnate, machine? Protoss.
Speak your peace, Alarak.
The Tal'Darim's death fleet amasses its slain, awaiting the start of a full-scale invasion. I come with an offer. You will aid me in invoking a challenge for the right to rule my kind as High Lord. And in return, I will grant you a cessation of hostilities between our people.
Phoenix, rally my advisors. It appears we have much to discuss.
Alright, welcome back, StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void.
Ah, Artanis. I believe I will serve you more effectively from here. Besides, I would rather Alarak remain where he can be watched.
This is Episode 12, Steps of the Rite.
Nothing was as it seemed. We came to Ulnar to awaken the Xel'Naga and receive their aid. Instead, Amon nearly killed us. I fear Zeratul prophecy is no longer clear to me.
He was closer to the truth than I thought. The Xel'Naga did rest here. Had they lived, I think they would have given us their aid, just as Zeratul said. If nothing else, I will grant him that.
Matriarch, your words surprise me.
Perhaps your counsel has proved influential in some regards.
Then I will endeavor to give you more of it.
I said some regards, Hierarch. Not all.
Rohana, do you not see why you must sever your nerve cords? I cannot allow you to fall under Amon's sway again.
The Kala was created in our darkest moment. Only its light was able to bind our people to give us unity. We are born into it, and when we die, our spirits become one with it. It is worth fighting for.
And now Amon uses it against us. It sustains his existence. Its time must end.
Artanis, through the Kala, our every thought and emotion are made as one. I feel his thoughts and emotions swirling like a vortex throughout. He does not realize it, but here, within the Kala, he is vulnerable.
How?
Just as he can see into me, I can see into him. We can use this to our advantage, Hierarch. I know it.
It is not worth it.
Please, I only ask for time.
Alright, since we're down here, we'll check the assembly panel.
Powerful psionic warriors have joined our ranks, Hierarch. You must choose among them.
Okay, so we unlocked High Templar last mission,
Cassar de Templari.
and now we can choose their faction. So we have the Aiur faction, High Templar. Their storms are very big, increased in radius, and they heal the shields of nearby units, which can be pretty useful. And then we have the Dark Archon for the Nerazim. Ordinarily, you make two High Templar, merge them into an Archon. Well, these come right out of the gate as Dark Archons, and they can do mind control, which is really useful.
Alarak's vanguards have joined our cause. It seems our surprises have no end.
Order me to war.
Okay, and then we got the final faction slot for Immortals called Vanguard from the Tal'Darim. They do an area effect, a ground-targeted area effect, kind of a bombardment attack. It's very useful in certain situations. In fact, I kind of leave it on there for an upcoming mission.
I am here in the shadows.
And then I just switched it back to Stalker for now on the ranged warrior.
Hierarch, I believe I have found a way to save our people. As Zeratul foresaw, this keystone can indeed be our salvation.
Explain yourself.
As we have seen, the keystone was designed to be found and assembled by those who would ascend to become Xel'Naga. After leading them to Ulnar, it would also expel its stored energy to awaken the slumbering Xel'Naga. The keystone siphons energies and redistributes essence, matter, information, consciousness. To this device, they are all the same. I see that now.
This is how it cleansed Kerrigan?
It extracted the essence that forged her into the Queen of Blades. Then it used that energy to release Amon from the void. If I can discover how to control the keystone, we could use it to extract Amon from the Kala and save our people.
Then Zeratul has led us to hope after all. Continue your research, Karax. We have a war to take to Amon.
You were right all along, Hierarch. I am little more than a clone of your friend Phoenix. The Tal'Darim speaks truth. I am synthetic, a replication, a lie.
What did you find in the archive?
My death, my rebirth as a dragoon, and then my death at the hands of this Queen of Blades. I am not Phoenix, yet I hold his memories as if they were my own. I must have time to consider this.
You are a warrior, Phoenix. Whether you identify yourself as my old friend or not, know that I believe in you. And I believe you will help me destroy Amon's armies and save our people. Do not waver because of this knowledge.
I will try, Hierarch.
Alright, so Phoenix and his self-realization progressing nicely. We're going to hold off on Solarite allocation because we're about to travel.
You must know Amon will destroy you.
If you have such faith in him, why are you here?
Oh, I merely voice the inevitable. I know the true power of what you face. I said destroy you, not I.
I have seen enough. His hubris will be his undoing. It is a flaw I also see in you.
I believe I like you, Hierarch. Your bravery is commendable.
Join me then. Together, we can defeat him.
I cannot tether my fate to yours. Hatred does not burn within you as it does in me. You do not see through the agony of knowing all you believed in is a lie, and that your only solace is found in the destruction of your betrayer.
No. Amon corrupted my people, and now turns them into a hybrid abomination. My rage burns brighter than 1,000 suns, and soon all will see my wrath unleashed.
Then this is something I hope to witness.
Alright, the first of many provocative dialogues with Alarak, first ascendant of the Tal'Darim. Great twist in the story there. And you recall him from Forbidden Weapon, at the end of which he remarked he would be meeting us again.
The void portal within Ulnar has been sealed, but a greater threat looms. Amon is transforming our people into a host form.
While we were focused upon Ulnar, he has unleashed the full might of the Golden Armada, using our own weaponry to eradicate life from planets across the Kaprulu sector.
Our current forces are not powerful enough to engage the Great Fleet, but Amon's other servants run rampant across the sector.
Then we should strike immediately. Eliminate his outlying forces.
The ancient purifiers were designed for war. If we reactivate them, we can build our armies and destroy Amon's Zerg in one fell swoop.
Assuming they do not turn on us first. The Purifiers possess no loyalty, no honor.
You waste time bickering. The Tal'Darim's death fleets are your threat. I alone can challenge Malash for the right to rule and bend his army to my will.
Do not forget Mobius Corps. They are rumored to operate from a hidden base where they forge a hybrid army to serve, even now.
This is true, but we cannot engage them without knowing where they are. Vorazun, send your most elite Dark Templar to scour the sector. For now, Karax, your focus must remain with the Keystone. The survival of our people depends on our actions in the days to come. It falls to the Firstborn to stop the coming oblivion.
Okay, it feels like there are more options to take than there really are. In actuality, we could go to Indion and pursue the Purifier line, or Slain and pursue the Tal'Darim line.
The Zelnaga are dead. There is no salvation within Ulnar. And yet, we indeed found hope. Now, we must eliminate Amon's armies. Siding with Alarak is indeed a risk. Tassadar, old friend, what would you do? Zeratul, would you have me take such a chance? The answer matters little. If this alliance can weaken Amon's armies, then it is a chance that must be taken. It is an armada.
Behold the Death Fleet under Amon's command, poised on laying waste to all life in the sector.
Then we had best act swiftly.
Rakshir, usurpation by ritual combat cannot be rushed. Its rites demand careful preparations if they are to be accepted.
We are in orbit above a hostile world with an imposing fleet, and you speak of preparation?
I intend to depose Malash, the ruler of an entire people, and bring them under my thrall. You will aid me, and in return, I will remove the Tal'Darim from this conflict. That was our bargain. To do this, the ritual must be carried out as tradition demands.
This bargain grows less appealing by the moment.
So as usual, after traveling, we have a whole new set of conversations around the ship to attend to. So let's get to those.
I've been analyzing the Tal'Darim's war machines. Their technology is cloned from Kalai designs. Aside from the construction materials, there is little deviation. How is this feat possible?
There have always been legends of vessels that set out into the cosmos and never returned. Of attack forces gone missing.
I have heard these stories. Whispers of angry spirits of our past that strike when you are most vulnerable. Imagine if all this time we have been fighting an unknown war against the Tal'Darim.
It would explain a great deal.
How sad. They are thieves, never knowing the joys of their own invention. How despicable.
And now for the Spear of Adun abilities in the Solar Core. We're just going to hit reset and then grab what we want and deal with the excess later. So initially, Solar Lance and Orbital Assimilators, pretty standard, pretty common stuff. And then we're going to go with Shield Overcharge in our new column. And that leaves us with 40, so we'll max out bonus starting supply for 20 and then Shield Recharge for 20. And Shield Recharge bonus applies to buildings and units, so it's very useful.
There are things I understand about the Tal'Darim. Their zeal, their desire to appease their god. What I cannot understand is why Amon would cast aside his loyal allies so easily. Why he would betray their sacred trust and treat them as fodder.
I have felt his grand ambitions, Artanis. The dark truth is, Amon wishes no allies, aside from his hybrid. He believes he's ending a cycle of violence, but he only brings about an eternity of abomination.
I wish to know more about this Rakshir, your ritual combat.
To understand Rakshir, you must first understand the sacred chain of ascension that ultimately links to Amon. Each of us is shackled to his will, and to the will of he who is in the link above. And yet, there is a way to ascend. By blade and blood, any Tal'Darim can usurp the position of the one above his station. It is through this ritual that Amon's ascendants are assured to be the most capable to carry out his will.
Then Malash is the most powerful of your people?
He is considered so, but he has yet to face me.
And remember that name I wanted you to remember way back in the prologue? Malash, that's the name.
In order to invoke the challenge of Rakshir, preparations must be completed, as the decrees of old describe. Ready your warriors. Malash will surely attempt to interfere. These are Malash's guardians. I need you to eliminate them before I proceed.
If it must be done. Wait, what is that strange fog?
Terrazine. It flows in cycles from the chasms of slain, bringing us closer to the void. Amon's forces will be able to manifest until the flow subsides. They do not possess their full power here, yet they will strike at your base ruthlessly.
I thought you promised an assured victory, Alarak.
You enjoy a challenge, do you not?
Very well. My forces will pursue the Guardians while it is clear. When the Terrazine flows, we must endure the onslaught. The Terrazine will rise shortly, my warriors. Be vigilant.
Void rays can now be warped in at our Stargate. They are ideal for intercepting foes in the battle ahead.
Well done, Phase-Smith. We will make good use of them.
Alright, so here we go with Steps of the Rite. Now the new unit, the Void Ray, you probably remember them from In Utter Darkness, the Final Prophecy mission in Wings of Liberty. It's a starship, and it's kind of like the Mutalisk for the Zerg. It's the answer to everything. They're just super kick-ass, and that's why we came to do the Tal'Darim missions first.
The veil between this world and the void is lifting. Amon's forces will arrive soon.
Prismatic core online. Undercooled. Not enough minerals. Systems at full. Annihilation commencing. You have not enough minerals. Base is under attack. Processed. You must construct. Our pylon is under attack.
The Guardians stand watch over the shrines. Kill them slowly and painfully.
My people will fight with honor. even when we are fighting for you. But first, we must establish our defenses.
Okay, these phases of Terrazine mist that bring with them void enemies that attack you, they're very difficult in the beginning. If you can weather the first one or two and get set up, then you're fine. But it's very easy to get broken in the first wave or two. So that's kind of the whole mission at first.
Hierarch, I was able to scan the Tal'Darim motherships in this region. They are carrying shipments of Solarite. I don't think Alarak would mind if we liberated them.
Okay, so those will be our bonus objectives. It's not too bad, just kill a couple motherships. And as for achievements, there is Gorillas in the Mist, which requires us to kill one of Malash's guardians during one of the Terrazine fog cycles. I was able to get that one, so that's pretty cool. But the other one I wasn't able to get. It's called Rise and Shrine. It requires you to complete the mission before the 4th Terrazine fog cycle. Now, we get through it after the 4th Terrazine fog cycle, but not before. So, unable to get that one, but we did get one of the two, so not too bad. Now, here we're in between the 1st and 2nd Terrazine fog cycle, and there's not going to be another attack, which is helpful because it gives us the opportunity to get set up. Now, moving forward in between the fog cycles, there will be additional attacks. So you kind of need to boogie at this point and, you know, really get everything just right. So that's what we're doing. We're adding extra Stargates so we can make more Void Rays. You may have noticed I put up a second cybernetics core so that we can research the air upgrades simultaneously, both attack and defense. And last, we're adding a couple gateways, not because we're going to make a lot of ground units, we're not. It's just that they'll distract the enemies and they can take a lot of damage.
The fog gathers, Artanis. Make your preparations if you're so inclined.
Upgrade complete.
Paradakural.
Upgrade complete. You have not enough minerals. Our pylon was under attack. Let our enemy know our fury. Base is under attack.
Prismatic core online.
Our pylon is under attack. You have not enough minerals.
Online. We're at full power.
Our pylon is under attack.
Paradakural.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
The Terrazine fumes are gone. Continue your hunt, Artanis.
Alright, so not too bad. You can see how easily you could get overrun there if you don't have enough to defend. And those gateways came in handy just as decoys to absorb a lot of damage.
Behold the strength of the Chosen.
Online. Tal'Darim ships are heading towards our nexus, Hierarch.
Bring them down!
Paradakural.
We are one with the shadows.
Upgrade complete. Zaknaku. Upgrade complete. Prismatic core online.
Okay, so that was the attack in between the fog cycles, and really not a problem for Void Rays, especially when you get so many, everything just melts. And I just realized that you'd already seen the Void Rays in this playthrough from the prologue, right? So you didn't have to remember them from all the way back in Wings of Liberty. At any rate, you also noticed I snuck a little probe up to get some orbital assimilators on these Vespene geysers. I'm kind of risking them getting attacked because I'm not expanding and defending up there, but it's free gas, and again, like Mutalisks, Void Rays take a lot of gas, so having those assimilators on those geysers, even for a little while, is a real big help.
Processed. Kuda Anai. Calibrate.
The fog gathers, Artanis. Make your preparations if you're so inclined.
We have destroyed a Tal'Darim mothership.
Excellent. Only one remains.
You require my skills.
So we've got a nice sized force of Void Rays at this point, and they're fully upgraded, so we're pretty kick-ass. That said, the waves are going to get tougher and tougher, so what I do here is I split them so I can defend both fronts simultaneously.
Discussing prismatic core. Base is under attack. You have not enough minerals. Zaknaku Afal. Our pylon is under attack.
The Tarazine fumes are gone. Continue your hunt, Artanis.
You have not enough minerals.
Okay, during the waves of attacks, I kept making Void Rays, and now you can see we have a pretty big group of them, probably more than we need. So now it's high time to strike out and get to work.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
Have you come to bear witness to the end?
This shall not be our end, but a new beginning.
Do not fear death. Fear Amon.
Enemy ships have set a course for our nexus.
Ikkuda and Paradakura.
shall be done. Phase crystals charged.
State thy bidding.
Systems at full. Calibrate core. Prismatic core unlocked. We face the enemy.
You should have everything now, Phase Smith.
Thank you, Hierarch. I shudder to think of what they were planning to do with it.
Not enough minerals.
Annihilation cannot
Is greater than we believed, Firstborn.
Another guardian has fallen. What a thrilling sight.
If it is so thrilling, why not join us?
Well, I must save my strength to face Malash, of course. Systems at we face the enemy. The fog gathers, Artanis. Make your preparations if you're so inclined. We face the enemy.
Not enough minerals.
You know little of Alarak, or you will aid him.
Oh, what glorious deaths. You do well to promote my cause, Artanis.
I only hope that is true.
Our pylon is under attack.
The enemy. Phase crystals charged.
Our pylon is under attack. You must construct additional pylons.
Systems at full.
Our pylon is under attack. You must construct additional pylons. Our pylon is under attack.
You will stand against a god?
You must construct additional pylons.
We face the enemy.
You go to your death, Alarak. The Dark God will destroy you.
I have heard enough of his lies.
Your ritual is complete. What now?
Well, they were not part of the ritual, but these traitors would have aided Malash in it, and I wish to see them die. Now the time has come. High Lord, hear me. I invoke the right of Rakshir. Fight me according to our laws, or die a coward. We meet in combat at daybreak. You shall have your challenge.
All right, what has Artanis gotten himself into, Devatron? Helping out this manipulative scoundrel First Ascendant Alarak. Steps of the Rite. 1 of 2 achievements, not too bad. This is StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. We'll see you in the next episode.